Now you can hear me. I think so, yes. Good afternoon. I think so. The market has just been closed. I've been blessed enough because I was just telling everyone that, when the market is going on, even though we are a systematic trader, and I was just telling Kapil that still we need to check our P&Ls. So I'm in a good spot right now. Market is closed. So we can pay attention because I'm going to talk about something very interesting. What you guys are already doing and how you can actually extend it to make a profitable strategy. And there is a cliche when it comes to selling of strategies or showcasing of strategies. I'm going to go in details of everything because I've got a good 2 hours to discuss with you how I went about in my journey. So I think so a lot of things and a lot of people will find it very interesting. So, as say, first of all, I think so we can see some women out there. Women, can you just please stand up? Women ji, can you please stand up, please? And thanks a lot. Happy Women's Day. And very few female in the trading arena that we get it, right? And I think so Kapil Tandon ji was mentioning that it has to be celebrated every day. So what is women for that matter? If you translate from a trading perspective, who is women? Women is a wonderful risk manager. O for outstanding trader. M for marvelous money manager. Because अपना सबका घर कौन चलाती है? Women. Right or wrong? Amazing advisor, because whenever you are stuck, you are always going to ask a woman first or your daughter. And then they are next legendary traders. Remember these guys. Women are the best money manager. And I'm not just making up stuff for myself because I have two women at my house whom I've been training. So first you can see is my wife. She is trading. She's a trader. She actually does scalping and she does the option buying. And the one on the right hand side, she's just 10 years old. And she's actually understands how to put a stop loss, what is the importance of stop loss. They are the best risk manager. So happy Women's Day to all of the viewers and ladies over here. So now, coming to the topic name. Anybody wants to guess what is the name of the topic? Please be kind of, मैं 2 घंटा बोल नहीं सकता. Huh? Firefighting, okay. What else? What is the name of the topic that I'm keeping today? The Terminator. Yes, Kapil, thanks a lot. It's a Terminator, right? So I'm going to talk about a strategy called as the Terminator strategy. And you may find it very amusing, but the crux and the logics and the kind of rules that I'm going to give you is going to definitely help you, and I'm pretty sure about it. So, yeah, presenter Vishal Mehta. I'm a founder of a blog called as marketscanner.in. I'm also a co-chair for CMT. CMT is actually a dedicated course on technical analysis. It's a 2-year dedicated technical analysis on technical, on technical. It's a gold standard. So I represent India globally as well. So, as Kapil also mentioned, I'm not a SEBI registered investment advisor. Please do your due diligence. And obviously, do not risk the money that you can't afford to lose, especially in derivatives. And the last and the most important point that I really want to give and emphasize on you is, although today you may be learning about a strategy, I'm not trying to give you a strategy here. I'm trying to give you a thought process. How do I or how do my team go about building the strategy? बोलते हैं ना कि पहले आप आदमी को एक फिश दे दो तो वो एक ही दिन के खा सकता है, लेकिन if he can know how to fish, then you can feed him for the life. And that's the full idea of today's presentation. How do I go build strategies? Okay? So that's me. A quick background about me because, yeah, I wanted to put it out. So that's on the top. You can see I'm with Chartered Market Technician team. I have traveled a lot. When I realized that technical analysis give you so much. I never knew Maldives as a central bank. I always knew that Maldives was just a holiday spot. But there was a central bank where I got, I went and taught them about technical analysis. I went to Bangladesh, I went to Nepal, I went to Sri Lanka, I went to Hong Kong, Singapore. I've been extending the knowledge of technical analysis and trading. I'm not only a trainer, by the way. I'm a trader and I manage a decent amount of book as well. I worked with a lot of multinational companies like Bloomberg and Thomson Reuters. So there has been instances I have actually worked with the biggest fund managers in India, Mr. Prashant Jain, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, and all were using Bloomberg terminal, and I was trying to service them as per their requirements. That's where I got my opportunity to learn about how institutional player thinks. And then earlier in my career, I used to work with Reliable Software and Spider Software, and I'm sure whoever is watching this right now live, or you are here, you must have used a software called Spider Software and Reliable Software, or maybe Iris and Fox Trader or Falcon. And I would have touched at least 3 traders in a day. Not 1, not 2, not 3. I would have touched more than 3 traders as well sometimes. Okay? And all the traders have a different mindset. Every trader would come and ask me, Vishal, how can I use an RSI indicator? Vishal, how can I use a Bollinger indicator? And every time I have to switch my thought process to make a strategy for them. And that's my journey started from. So, let's do this one. Okay? What shaped me as a trader? Because I keep on getting a lot of LinkedIn and Twitter and a lot of messages. Sir, we want to get into this systematic trading. How do I get it in? A lot of people advise you to directly learn from the market, which is good. But what I have learned from is reading a lot of books. And this is my Kindle edition. Okay, and only few of them. I read a lot of books because the books are the best way to learn from someone's experience. If somebody has gone through that experience, and if you read that book, it definitely helps. And if you really ask me, I would highly recommend a series of books called as Market Wizard by Jack Schwager. So he has a book, combination of Market Wizard, Stock Market Wizard, New Market Wizard. Recently he came out with something called as Unknown Market Wizard, and then there was another book called as Hedge Fund Market Wizard. Guys, when you read those books, you will be surprised. Why am I saying you will be surprised? Because they do not talk about strategies. They do not talk about strategies. But what do they talk about? This is the interview. This book contains the interview of the world's top hedge fund traders, mutual fund traders, investment advisors, technical analysts, fundamental analysts, right? And they share their journey. So when I see people fighting on Twitter or on social media that the option buying is the best thing, somebody says option selling is the best thing, somebody says scalping is the best thing, somebody says long-term investment is best thing. You will realize throughout that book that every successful trader figured out what he was good with. That's the most important thing, guys. And it took me about 10 years to figure out what am I good with. And I'm going to share that one. Obviously, CMT definitely helped me, but like this forum, I make sure that I travel across the world and meet a lot of traders. How many of you use MACD on their charts? MACD? Good. Do you know what is the full form of MACD? Moving average convergent divergence. Who did it? Who founded it? There is a guy called Gerald April. The second guy, unfortunately, is no more with us. But I got to interact with him. Like, how did he went about thinking about MACD? I'm sure a lot of technical analysts who are talking about technical analysis and reading books, he would have read the book called as written by Martin Pring. There's a guy called Mr. Jesse Parrots. Amazing, amazing chartist. Like, I have never seen a chart. Like, when he plots the line, it's just simple supply and demand. And the last one is very interesting. It's Tony Saliba. So if you go to the first book of Market Wizard, okay, if you go to the Market Wizard, it was an interview of all traders. But that trader actually was little bit different. Okay? The name, when I started interacting with him, उससे एक बहुत सही बोला था. वो चैप्टर का स्टार्टिंग जो है ना मार्केट विजार्ड में फर्स्ट चैप्टर उसका है, उसमें बोला है वन लॉट ट्रेडर. कैन यू इमेजिन व्हाट इज द टॉपिक नेम? वन लॉट trader, and he's featured in Market Wizard book. Imagine, guys, a guy who is trading one lot. Can he be featured in Market Wizard? Answer is yes or no. Yes or no? One lot. I got to meet him at Bombay when he was there. He said, Vishal, I traded one lot for entire 1 year. Okay? Because I wanted to be comfortable with my strategy. He could have easily scaled up looking at M2Ms on the social media at that point of time, but he did not. He just stuck to one lot throughout 1 year till he became used to that strategy payoff, how he makes money, how he loses money. So guys, these are the most important building blocks for you to become a good, profitable trader. और ये प्रॉफिटेबल स्ट्रेटेजी ट्रेडर्स की बहुत बड़ा फंडा है. आई थिंक सो कपिल वॉज टॉकिंग टू मी कि मितेश ने भी अभी रिसेंटली कहीं बताया था, एंड आई ऑल्सो बिलीव इन दैट एंड इवन चंद्रेश पुट इट आउट, 90% ऑफ द ट्रेडर लूज मनी. सो देर इज अ फिलोसॉफी कॉल्ड एज 90,90,90 गिवन टू मी बाय अ ब्रोकर. What is 90,90,90? Is basically 90% of the trader who opens up the trading account blows up their 90% of their capital in the first 90 days. It's not me who is giving you fact. It is one of the leading discount broker who is giving me this fact that 90% of the trader who opens up an account blows up 90% of their capital in the first 90 days. So as a trader, what are we supposed to do? We don't want to be profitable. If we stop losing money itself, we will be moved to a profitable trading. बोलना इजी है, करना मुश्किल है, मुझे जानता हूँ, लेकिन अगर कोशिश ही नहीं करोगे तो कहाँ से होगा? So, okay, before, ये पोपट हो जाएगा. So okay, first of all, I want everyone to get up, please. I think so it's getting very boring. Let's get up. मैं वरना चालू नहीं करूँगा, आगे नहीं बढ़ूँगा. जोर से, please. Everyone in the espresso team as well. मैं देख रहा हूँ. I can see everyone from here, from the last. Yeah. So पहले तो हम लोग को, मैं जैसे ही बोलूँगा, are you ready? आपको जोर से चिल्लाना है, ये, okay? जोर से ये. One second. The music is on? Perfect. One more time. Are you ready? Yes. Then let's go for it.
Then let's go for it.
Awesome. Now you can sit down, relax now. I think so the energy has come back on you because I can see a lot of people were like, oh shit, okay. So how to build a trading strategy? The important point. See, when you said, noise went out and a lot of people are coming in now. Okay, how to build a trading strategy? Building a strategy is not just taking anyone's webinar or a presentation, copy pasting it, making it an alco and making money out of it. It will not work for you. I'm again repeating it. Building a strategy is not just listening to any webinar, okay, putting it into an algo and thinking that money will flow in. No. If that would be easy, everyone who is attending a lot of webinars would be millionaires. Right? There is a thought systematic process that you will go through to build a system. First of all, remember this. You have to have a fundamental philosophy of everything. What do I mean by fundamental philosophy? Atul Suri, who is a very good friend of mine, once told me, your strategy should be an extension of you. Like we say that, okay? Like sometimes people say your mobile reveals your personality, or the way you dress, the way you talk reveals your personality. Similarly, your trading strategy should align with your fundamental philosophy. I'll give you a simple example. What do I mean by that? I really like to buy expensive stuff. I don't know why, but that's my nature. So when I go to Amazon and I was supposed to buy a webcam, okay? I was supposed to buy a webcam. Usually when you go to Amazon, what do you do? Filter on. From lowest price to the highest price and try to go above that, right? I actually do the converse. I actually sort it from highest price to the lowest price. Because if somebody is commanding that premium, that means something is he's valuing his stuff that he's providing. He's commanding that premium. And that's my fundamental philosophy. I'm not saying the person who is doing from low to high is right, or if I'm doing high to low is right. It's completely your own fundamental philosophy. And that fundamental philosophy got extended into my strategy. I like to buy stocks which are making an all-time high, because I'm not afraid of buying stocks which are hitting an all-time high. I'm not afraid of hitting the stocks and buying them at an all-time high because they are expensive for a reason. मेरे डैड ने मुझे बताया था 12 रुपये वाला इन्फोसिस 12,000 हुआ, वो 12 रुपये से 12,000 ऑल टाइम लो मार के कभी नहीं जा सकता. Think about that. Your multi-bagger stocks that you talk about, CDSL, IRCTC, FLA, India, these are the stocks that I've traded myself and made money because they were hitting an all-time high. But that's my philosophy. Does not mean that's the philosophy of you, but you have to define your own philosophy. Once you have that philosophy, you put it into a market observation. And we'll talk about a lot of examples of market observation. एक बार market observation हो गया कि भाई stock all-time high पे चला गया है. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about the equity cash strategy. I'm going to talk about that we are all interested in right now. But I'm just giving you a framework right now. Building a rules with risk management. अभिमन्यु चक्रव्यूह में तो घुस गया, बाहर भी आना था. Yes or no? I can't hear you guys. You guys are very silent. Get a coffee. Yes or no? Ajay, he knew how to come out of the chakravyu. No, okay. Risk management. Risk management is the corner of everything that you do. And there are friends of mine whom, I'm interacting with them on an almost daily basis. They know the one core principle that we put out everything is risk management. And why I say risk management is the most important thing? क्योंकि अगर पैसा तोड़ा नहीं ना, तो पैसा automatically बन जाएगा. पैसा तोड़ा नहीं. If I haven't lost money, the money will be made. Everyone with me on this? Then once you have the rules, you backtest a system. You put it into some software like Python, ME Broker, C++, Java, whatever is your comfort, you put them into a system and backtest. If I would have followed this rule till the end, if I would have, when system has given me a buy, I would have bought. If system would have given me sold, I would have sold. How much money I would have made or lost. And then, then I will do a strategy optimization. Now that's a very interesting topic because we as a system trader, हमको हमारा नाम बहुत खराब किया गया है और ज़रूरी भी है, कहीं कहीं हम लोग का भी fault है. There is something called as a curve fitting and there is something called as a strategy optimization. Anybody can take a guess what is the strategy like curve fitting and strategy optimization? No? Okay. Let me try one at my end. अगर एक मूविंग एवरेज क्रॉस ओवर पे हम लोग बाय और सेल सिग्नल कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, एक मूविंग एवरेज क्रॉस ओवर पे बाय एंड सेल कर रहे हैं, वी नो दैट वी आर गोइंग टू मेक सेट 13,000 पॉइंट्स जस्ट फॉर एन एग्जांपल, एंड दैट moving average period was say 50 period. Now if you move to 51, 52, 53 or if you move to 49, 48, 47, your risk does not change much. ये आपका जो प्रॉफिट है 14,000 15,000 पॉइंट मिल रहा था, 1,000 पॉइंट ऊपर नीचे 1,000 पॉइंट ऊपर नीचे हो गया. Okay, that's, and then you are trying to get a comfortable with what is the risk and the reward that I am very comfortable with. लेकिन अगर मैं 50 दिन की मूविंग एवरेज में जहाँ पे 15,000 पॉइंट मिल रहा है, 15,000 मिल रहा है, 14,000 मिल रहा है, 13,000 मिल रहा है, ऑन अ डिफरेंट मूविंग एवरेज पे, ऑल ऑफ अ सडन आई समहाउ फिगर्ड आउट मिस्टीरियसली देयर इज अ मूविंग एवरेज which is 33 period moving average, which is giving me say 25,000 points. I neglect completely that 50-51 wala moving average and directly put it on the 13 period. That's curve fitting. You historically found out which moving average strategy gave you the best money and assume that it will work in the future. Doesn't work that way. Okay, it doesn't work that way. That's called as curve fitting. What we are talking about, strategy optimization. Timing, 9:30 की जगह पे 9:35 कर दिया तो इतना स्ट्रेटेजी में फर्क नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर 9:30 से 9:35 में आपकी स्ट्रेटेजी में फर्क आ गया, that means you have curve fitted your strategy. And I'll tell you how we go about it. And then we forward test and we trade in the live market. So how many of you are option sellers? Raise your hand. हाँ, थोड़ा exercise भी होना चाहिए. Oh, wow. Option sellers. So why do we trade? Strangles. We do straddles, we do naked call, we do naked put, we do everything, right? So one of the strategies that I'm going to take, and I'm sure a lot of you have been trading also. Why strangle? Anybody wants to take a guess? Why strangle? You have to come on the mic. You have been relaxing, so I'm going to make you uncomfortable. Why strangle? बेचना है तो कुछ भी बेच के आ जाएंगे. I think so. The mic is not working, please. Yeah.
कुछ
FD plus return, हाँ? आशीष जी FD plus return.
कुछ पहली बात कुछ बेचना है.
हाँ.
ऊपर की लक्ष्मण रेखा बेचना है, नीचे की लक्ष्मण रेखा बेचना है, नीचे की रेखा को नहीं.
हाँ सही है बात है. No, I think so. It's a brilliant answer. What else? Why?
वेगा कमाना है, थीटा कमाना है, डेल्टा का फिक्र नहीं करना है.
वेगा कमाना है, थीटा वेगा तो डिक्रीज होगा, थीटा कमाना है.
नहीं वेगा बढ़ेगा तो स्ट्रैंगल करेंगे वरना नहीं करेंगे.
ओके ठीक है, वेरी नाइस. FD plus return. या पीयूष. The credit in the ledger psychology. Every month पैसा मिलना चाहिए. नौकरी छोड़ी थी मैंने 50,000 60,000 वाली. अभी ट्रेडिंग कर रहा हूँ तो यार ऑप्शन बाइंग में तो कुछ बन ही नहीं रहा है. मेरे को महीने का 50,000 चाहिए. कैसे आ सकता है? Option selling, and that's the dangerous mindset, by the way. But yes, what Piyush just mentioned, it's a positive, high probability game. So there is a theory that everybody kind of believes in, that market trends only 30% of the time and remains sideways 70% of the time. Market trends only 30% of the time, remains sideways 70% of the time. मतलब क्या हो रहा है? Market एक range में ही रह रहा है, sideways रह रहा है. So उसका फायदा, how are we going to get it? Is from strangle. Strangle benefits from the sideways market due to theta decay on both the legs, not on the one leg, but both the legs. And as Piyush mentioned, it is a high percentage ratio. घर पे पैसा बनना चाहिए. Okay, I have this nice presentation of high percentage ratio, लेकिन I have a different philosophy also. I'm going to talk about why a lot of trader fails. Do you know why a lot of trader fails? Anybody wants to take a guess? Yeah, Ashu ji, any idea why? आपने bulls of the perils of the bull बताया था. Why a lot of trader fails? Many, but one of the top reason that okay, obvious as per you. Yes, I think so. That's when major for me, and I figured out for a lot of traders, we don't want to be proven wrong. Okay, and how does it inculcated into us is, I'll tell you, कि अगर आपका बच्चा 10 में से 9 मार्क लाता है, if your child gets 9 marks out of 10 marks, दिल पे हाथ रख के बोलना, what is the first question you will ask them? दिल पे हाथ रख के बोलना, 1 मार्क किधर गया, right? बेचारा मेहनत करके 9 मार्क लेके आया, उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है आपको, लेकिन 1 मार्क चला गया, आपने उसको क्या पूछा कि why are you wrong? That thing has got inculcated in us so badly that when we come to the market, we want to be right all the time. जैसे ही मैंने खरीदा, okay, जैसे ही प्रॉफिट में आया और लास्ट टाइम मैंने देखा था प्रॉफिट लॉस में चला गया था, what I'll do? I'll book the profit. लेकिन लॉस हुआ. लॉस कभी होता है जब भी मैं बुक करूंगा ना, मैं लॉस ही बुक नहीं करूंगा. What is stop loss? वो वापस आता ही है. जैसे आशीष जी ने बोला था कि वापस मार्केट ऊपर आता है, 3 बार अपने को लगता है हर बार ऊपर ही आएगा. That is the primary reason why a lot of traders lose money. But let's stick to strangles, and why strangle people do is high percentage winning ratio. So, what is the best delta neutral strategy? And if I am a technical analyst, what do you think? It's an intraday chart. If I wanted to be a strangle seller, what are the best day for me to sell a strangle chart? Anybody wants to take a guess? Which date? March 26, right? ऊपर की रेंज पता है, नीचे की रेंज पता है. हाँ, रेखा. Okay. So we know what is the resistance, what is the bottom. I'm not going to give you a discretionary gyan, but I'm just trying to build an hypothesis in your mind. Remember I told you market observation, and then you quantify it. I'm going to do that for you. So अगर वो मैंने देखा था, डेल्टा न्यूट्रल मेरे को करना था, ऊपर का कॉल बेच दिया, नीचे का पुट बेच दिया, दैट्स योर स्ट्रैंगल. इज माय मैथमेटिक्स करेक्ट? ऑप्शन नॉलेज करेक्ट? यस और रॉन्ग? ऊपर का कॉल और नीचे का पुट, दैट्स स्ट्रैंगल, राइट? So let's see what happened to that triangle. Assuming at 9:30 I have sold a call option of the higher strike price, put a 50% stop loss. So whatever the closing price, 50% of that was 164 rupees stop loss. Did it got triggered? Answer is no. Upar gaya, and then it became almost, I can see it also, it is almost zero, right? 40 points. What happened to the put option? Same. 930 को बेचा, 50% premium, stop loss rakha. It did not get triggered and it became whatever, it decayed. So what was the statement that I made? That you will make money on both the legs, the calls and the puts. And that's why a lot of traders do strangles. So I'm going to create a very basic strategy and show it to you. But before that, I want to ask a simple question. How many of you believe that simple strategy cannot make money? Can you believe that? Or let me rephrase the question. Do you believe that simple strategy makes money? Okay, there are a few, but there are people who have not raised their hand. I'm assuming they believe that complicated thing has to work, right? Or do I give another chance to you? Do you think the simple strategy works? जो last time miss कर गए थे. Okay, good. क्योंकि ये है ना काइनेटिक स्किल होती है. जैसे जैसे हाथ ऊपर नीचे करते हो ना, आपका एनर्जी लेवल ऊपर रहता है. मेरे को भी 2 घंटा एनर्जी रखनी है. ठीक है? 930 simple triangle strategy makes money if you are ready to believe that simple things work. Okay? What is the rule of the strategy? And obviously this presentation will be given to you, so you can always play around with. Bank Nifty weekly options, every day आना है. Expiry, weekly expiry की है. Selection 930, every day आना है मार्केट में. 930 को आना है. Okay? अभी next क्या करूँगा मैं? I will figure out the options which are trading greater than 75 rupees. Why 930? Why 75? विशाल ने खाली curve fitted strategy दिखाई है. I will answer all those questions. Just be with me for a while. Okay? Entry time 930. Find out an option which is trading just greater than 75 rupees. Okay? जो भी प्राइस मिल रहा है आपको ऑप्शन का बेच दो. जैसे ही बिका 100 रुपए में बिका, अज्यूमिंग 75 वाला नेक्स्ट स्ट्राइक प्राइस अज्यूमिंग was 100 greater than 75, or maybe just for an easy calculation it was just 75. 7.5 rupees above, or whatever 75% of 50% of 75 कितना हो जाएगा? पीयूष मैथ्स थोड़ा वीक है मेरा. कितना हो जाएगा? 105, 100, हाँ. Around that time I'll put my stop losses, and we close at 328. And stop loss or the stop loss whichever gets triggered. Simple strategy ना. विशाल ये सब तू उल्लू बना रहा है, ऐसा चलता नहीं है मार्केट में. इतना सिंपल होता तो सब लोग करोड़ोंपति होते थे. The problem is that only because you think the simple thing doesn't work, and that's why the simple thing works. Okay? What is the performance? Okay, let me just first answer a few questions that you will have in your mind. 930 क्यों? Why not 9:15, 9:20, 10 o'clock? We did a VIX analysis. The maximum amount of volatility, as Santosh was telling, that we want to sell high vol environment, and during the day it falls off. So we did an analysis of VIX, that how the VIX behaves across the time frame. And the maximum VIX on the longer time frame, I'm not talking about 1 day, I'm not talking about 1 week, I'm not talking about 1 week, I'm not talking about 1 quarter, I'm talking about years. Okay? Over the years, selling options in the morning is much more profitable than afternoon. Okay? So what we did, let's not make just generalized statement. We created an ATM straddle from 2017 where the Bank Nifty started out. At ATM, sell ATM with 50% stop loss. At 920, put a stop loss, and at the end of the day, wait for it. Sell the ATM option at 930, put the stop loss of 50%, wait for it. Either of the stop loss get triggered, right? At 95, sell the straddle, and similarly at 10 o'clock. Across the time frame, if you see, over the long year, okay, you are here for market in not for 1 day, 1 week, not 1 month, 1 quarter, say 1 year, okay? You can see that the number of points that you made, and this is by the way after slippages, okay? Not just fancy numbers. 15,000 points, 12,000 points, 13,000 points, 10,000 points. Now if I can take any of them any of them, that's strategy optimization. What after this ATM 10, all of a sudden ATM 1 o'clock was showing 15,000 points. And if I take ATM 1 PM, that's curve fitting. That's not strategy optimization. दोनों का फर्क समझो आप. अगर मैं टाइम को थोड़ा वेरी कर रहा हूँ ऊपर नीचे, मेरा प्रॉफिटेबली ज़्यादा मूव नहीं हो रहा है. लेकिन all of a sudden I take a random 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock chart, and then it shows like 16, 17, 18,000 points. And if I take that one, that's curve fitting. Okay, so be aware when you are doing a strategy optimization. So for me, ATM 930 was very comfortable because Bank Nifty, as I think so Kapil was mentioning, it's a wild animal, right? 930 के बाद सब stable हो जाता है. We can do triangle then. So we selected 930, and obviously you can see it is not the best in terms of number of points. Can you see that? So we have taken something which is not best in the profits, okay? And not even in the Kalmar ratio also, but we were very comfortable. The strategy has to be an extension of you. A strategy has to be an, can you guys repeat it? A strategy has to be an extension of you. Dusra question, why 75? Vishal, why did not calculated on the ATM? Okay? Why not ATM minus 100? Why ATM plus 100? You will have that question, and if you don't have, then there is a problem. Why 75? मतलब आपने वापस curve fitting की है. First of all, 75, because we are a trader. You know, there are different kinds of traders who are risk takers and somebody who hates risk. I belong to the second category, I hate risk. And when I'm doing a 75 rupee or any premium, which is fixed across the days, Friday ho, Monday ho, Tuesday ho, Wednesday ho या Thursday ho, I'm across the days, I'm only selling a fixed amount because I'm going to manage my risk. अगर मैं ATM करता हूँ, I think so, Arjun is here. Arjun, usually कितना, Arjun क्या बोल रहा है? आकाश, sorry. आकाश अपना फ्राइडे को कितना होता है बैंक निफ्टी का स्ट्रेडल का भाव या फिर कॉल पुट 1000 और कॉल साइड का 500 पकड़ लेता हूँ कॉल पुट का, ठीक है. लेकिन जैसे ही हम लोग मंडे या ट्यूसडे आता है तो वो 500 कितना हो जाता है, थोड़ा कम हो जाता है, राइट. और जैसे जैसे हम लोग एक्सपायरी आते हैं एटीएम कम होने लगता है. इट विल बी अराउंड 100, 200 ऑल्सो. नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर इन दिस प्रोसेस गाइस? अगर आपका स्टॉप लॉस 500 रुपये में लग गया 50% का, तो आपने लॉस तो 500 रुपये पे किया, पर जब भी थर्सडे को आपका कॉल ट्रेड राइट गया, लेकिन उस दिन तो 100 ही रुपया था आपका. हैव यू मैनेज योर रिस्क? 500 रुपये का स्टॉप लॉस हुआ, हाँ प्रॉफिट भी वैसे ही होगा. आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग टू इट कि जिस दिन 500 रुपये का डिके होगा तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा होगा. लेकिन व्हाट वाज माय फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट? आई एम मोर कंफर्टेबल विद द रिस्क. मैं रिस्क मैनेजमेंट करूँगा, प्रॉफिटेबल में ऑटोमेटिकली बन जाऊँगा. तो मैंने 75 रुपये फिक्स करने के लिए क्या कर दिया, मैंने रिस्क को सेम कर दिया अक्रॉस द डेज. आई एम नॉट एग्नोस्टिक टू फ्राइडे, मंडे, ट्यूसडे, वेडनेसडेज एंड थर्सडेज. आई एम एग्नोस्टिक टू इट. मतलब मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता आज फ्राइडे, मंडे, ट्यूसडे, वेडनेसडे, थर्सडे. ठीक है गाइस? हैव यू अंडरस्टूड दिस? हैव आई ऑप्टिमाइज्ड 75 नंबर? आंसर इज नो. बिकॉज व्हाट वी डिड वाज एटीएम, हम लोग ने वो जो ट्रायंगल्स है ना 75 रुपीज़ का 100 रुपये पे भी बैक टेस्ट किया, 75 रुपीज़ पे भी बैक टेस्ट किया और 50 रुपीज़ पे भी बैक टेस्ट किया. एंड व्हेन आई सोल्ड दैट इट गेव मी across the time frame the similar kind of returns, number of points and max drawdown. And what is a Kalmar? Obviously, if you don't have a question, reserve this question for the end and I'll answer that question. Kalmar is nothing but your total points divided by max drawdown. Okay? So now that becomes a very, very important matrix of evaluating trading strategy. तो point यहाँ पे यही है कि मैंने 100 का भी ले सकते हो. अगर आपका एग्रेसिव नेचर है तो आप 100 का ले लो. अगर आपका कंजर्वेटिव नेचर है तो 50 का ले लो, क्योंकि आपका ड्रॉडाउन इतना ही कम है. इफ यू सी 50 रुपये में व्हाट इज द ड्रॉडाउन यू हैव एट 50 रुपीज 378, बट इफ यू गो ऑन 100 रुपीज इज 730. सो दैट मीन्स इट्स नॉट अ कर्व फिटेड स्ट्रेटेजी, इट्स एन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन टू योर कंफर्ट लेवल. आर यू कंफर्टेबल विथ more risk and more return? Are you comfortable with less risk and less return? I'm comfortable somewhere in between. 75 rupees. And this is not me, by the way, guys. This is Bank Nifty options from 2017 is telling us. Okay, just not numbers taking out from the air. It is the numbers that Bank Nifty is giving it to you. Sure. 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 Good question, but I have actually answered that, आशु जी, क्योंकि कुछ भी ले लो आप 100 जैसे जैसे स्ट्रेंगल का फिलोसॉफी क्या है, आउट ऑफ द मनी बेचना है, राइट? तो आप अगर 500 वाला बेचोगे तो आप तो एट द मनी होगे. आई डोंट वांट टू डू दैट. आई वांट टू हैव अ हाई विनिंग परसेंटेज बाय सेलिंग स्ट्रेंगल्स. सो आई एम गोइंग टू गो डीप आउट ऑफ द मनी. सो वहाँ पे कैसे होता है 200, 150, 100, 75, एंड मैंने 25 के इंक्रीमेंट में डाले हुए हैं. And I have taken 75 just because I was comfortable with. You, if somebody is very aggressive, okay, who is managing a prop book, who can go for 100 also, but the return is the same almost. If you see, यहाँ पे 14,287 point है 75 में. Number of points earned in the Bank Nifty by selling strangles. On premium of 100, you are going to make 14,715 points. ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है. But आपका drawdown और उसमें थोड़ा फर्क होता है. But you can take any number out of this, and that was the sanity point. It's my comfort. If somebody is more comfortable with less, आपने बोला ना कि मैं दूर दूर का बेच दूंगा, तो 50 is your comfort zone. Yes. Each, the call and the put. Okay. So you want to see how this basic strategy, Vishal? Can we get all this? Okay. Maybe if it is relevant to this, I'll try to answer that. Okay. Go ahead. I'm going to give you all that. Yeah. Vishal? Sorry? Yes. 2017 onwards. So it's 5 years later. It's not a holy grail system, guys. But it's a system that makes money. What is more important? पैसा बनेगा तो automatically चल जाएगा. So it varies from a day-to-day volatility VIX regime as well. So I cannot give you by 1,000. वो मैंने निकाला नहीं. हमारा तो daily निकल जाता है तो हम लोग को उससे ही मतलब है. But to answer your question, what is your accuracy of your system? It's 67%. Okay, so how many points did we made? 14,287 points. Maximum one day we made 422. Max loss, and this was, by the way, जो 422 दिख रहा है ना आपको, एक बार तो दिमाग में गया ये 75 बेच रहे तो 422 कैसे मिला? 2020 क्रैश कोरोना प्रीमियम्स एक स्ट्राइक के बाद दूसरा स्ट्राइक was 300 rupees when there was a lower circuit. So we neglect that part of it, but just understand the sanity of it. Max drawdown is 619 points. And what is the Kalmar? Kalmar is basically your total return divided by, and I'm going to show you the year-wise performance as well. So 2020 is not an outlier. Okay? So Kalmar is 4.07. And these are the numbers, guys. I'm not making up these numbers. You can go and backtest at your end, and we can tell you the numbers. And by the way, slippage has been considered 2%. So no stock mock kind of thing, like showing 0% slippages and making strategy profitable. No. But this is a basic strategy. And this what we were doing, okay? And then all of a sudden I get a call from a broker, okay? He calls me up, and can you see the guy in between? It's me. He said, Vishal, I have some issue with my clearing member. You have to square off your position at 3 o'clock. You have to square off your positions always at 3 o'clock. As a theta trader, when is your maximum theta coming? Guys, I can't hear you. 2 घंटा नहीं बोलूँगा. 3 बजे के बाद ही आता है, yes or no? मेरा ब्रोकर मुझे फोन करके क्या बोल रहा है, 3 बजे के बाद पोजीशन स्क्वायर ऑफ कर लो स्ट्रेंगल की. तो मेरी तो हालत उसके जैसी ही हो गई है. ठीक है? Banged my head, but I have to square up my position. I just did a back test of our numbers. If I have taken this basic strategy of 930 and did not kept my position till 328 and squared off at 3 o'clock, what would have been my performance? What is my performance? Has my strategy improved or deteriorated? Let's do a quick understanding. मैंने 3 बजे अपनी स्ट्रेटेजी को स्क्वायर ऑफ करना चालू कर दिया. हाँ, तो मेरी स्ट्रेटेजी का परफॉर्मेंस इंप्रूव हुआ कि डिटोरिएट हुआ है? I can't hear you guys. Come on, guys. Deteriorate. Yes. Why deteriorated? Because it was 14,000 something points. Now I'm getting what? 12,690. मेरा drawdown 619 से थोड़ा कम हुआ, 602 पॉइंट का मैक्स ड्रॉडाउन. लेकिन what impacted me the most was the कालमार. 4.7 से सीधा 3.7 पे आ गया. Impacted me a lot. क्योंकि मेरा रिटर्न जो था जब्त करके बैठ गया सीधा. क्योंकि हम लोग को पता है कि हमारा मैक्सिमम पैसा 3 बजे के बाद आता है. और अगर हम लोग को 3 बजे ब्रोकर ने बोल दिया कि स्क्वायर ऑफ कर लो, तो पैसा कैसे बनाऊंगा मैं? एंड दैट इज माई फ्रेंड. आई विश आई कुड डू दैट. When we went into that, when we started looking at बॉस ये डिटोरिएशन आया क्यों? Obviously we knew theoretically, बुक में पढ़ा है कि नहीं पढ़ा है आप लोग ने, कि फ्राइडे को सबसे मैक्सिमम थीटा डीके होता है. यस और नो? क्यों? थीटा डीके इज नथिंग बट एक दिन का रोल ओवर. तो मतलब सैटरडे का भी थीटा मिलेगा, संडे का भी थीटा मिलेगा, तो मंडे को ऑटोमेटिकली नीचे ही खुलेगा. डज इट वर्क? नेवर. दैट्स बुकिश नॉलेज, राइट? क्योंकि फ्राइडे को ऑप्शन बेच के जाओ, मंडे को नीचे खुलेगा, 2 दिन का थीटा मिलेगा. नो. व्हाट was impressive to us when we went through the charts. Okay? No, listen. मैंने जो vertical line डाली है ना, vertical line, that's 3 o'clock move. What happened to the bank nifty? Crashed down. Yes or no? I take another bank nifty example. After 3 o'clock, what happened to the bank nifty? Went down. Another example, bank nifty after 3 o'clock, big spike up. You guys with me? Another example, 3 o'clock, bank nifty, big moves, and that to our contrary. हम लोग जो सोच रहे थे ना कि थीटा डीके नहीं है, लेकिन डायरेक्शनल मूवमेंट आफ्टर 3 o'clock इज बिग. ओके, इट मे बी ट्रैपिंग ऑफ एन ऑप्शन सेलर, इट मे बी सम मूवमेंट, और यूरोपियन मार्केट गोइंग इनटू द फैग एंड, व्हाटएवर यू वांट टू से, आई डोंट नो. व्हाट डेटा शोज मी, आई टेल. डेटा इज टेलिंग मी देयर इज यूजुअली, नॉट ऑलवेज, देयर इज गुड मूवमेंट दैट हैपन्स after 3 o'clock. Obviously, 2:30 बजे के बाद भी होगी, 2 बजे के बाद भी होगी, 3 बजे. What is just so specific about 3 o'clock? Because my broker told me to square off my position at 3 o'clock. So I want to understand if I can build another thing. Okay? So there is something that after 3 o'clock, if I start building on top of that, and this is, my friend, how you thought process grows. Okay? अगर आपको लॉस होता है ना, वो अपिल तो कपिल नहीं है, शायद बाहर गया हुआ है, वो विपदा में अपदा या कुछ तो पॉलिटिकल वर्ड ही यूज किया था, अवसर, विपदा में अवसर. वी हैड अ प्रॉब्लम. इन दैट प्रॉब्लम वी एक्चुअली फाउंड अ बेटर सॉल्यूशन. सो व्हाट वी डिड वाज, व्हाट इज द इम्पैक्ट ऑन द ऑप्शंस व्हेन 3 o'clock moves come in, right? And this big spike comes in, and in fact I was just coming over here, and 3 o'clock, if you can pull out all the candles, 3 o'clock we had a nice bit of up move after 3 o'clock. So what are the effects on the strategy of our options? If we see, this was again the chart that I plotted out for bank nifty, crashed after 3 o'clock. What do you think would have happened to call option? Just want to make sure that everybody is still kind of awake. What will happen to the call option? 0. अच्छा, वो तो सारे डायरेक्टली थर्सडे पे ही पहुंच गया. 0. Okay. What will be the impact of the option? Will go down or will it go up? Premium will go down. It will go down. Simple है ना. मैं बहुत basic sheet बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन guys, I've been managing a decent chunk. I'm telling you, this simple thing works. What would have happened to the put option? अच्छा, this was the call, this is the call option, which went down and you were right, it became 0. So it was a Thursday. What happened to the put option? After 3 o'clock, it just went ballistic. The gamma hulk that we keep on and fear all about. हम लोग को बचपन में माँ डराती थी ना, सो जा बेटा वरना गब्बर आ जाएगा. वैसे ही कोई भी थर्सडे पे ऑप्शन बेचता है तो सब लोग क्या बोलते हैं, सो जा बेटा वरना गामा आ जाएगा. And this is what a gamma hulk looks like. Big move on the upside. But there is a one interesting thing. If you are a keen observer, 3 बजे के बाद वो गामा इतना heavy था. Obviously it was a Thursday, but on other day also the direction is very sharp. It hardly moves down क्योंकि उसके पास टाइम ही नहीं है. 3 से 3:30 के बीच में उसको बहुत कुछ कवर करना है, तो उसके पास नीचे जाने का टाइम ही नहीं है. It may be a short covering, it may be some good news, or it may be some very bad news. Okay? But option does not have a time to go even few ticks down, and it just goes up. So what if we build a strategy जहाँ पे मुझे कॉल ऑप्शन में एंट्री मिलती थी, लेकिन पुट ऑप्शन में आई वुड हैव बीन नॉट ट्रेडिंग, आई वुड हैव बीन ट्रेडिंग डायरेक्शन. एंड आई थिंक सो वी ऑल यूनानिमसली जस्ट एग्रीड दैट 3 बजे के बाद बड़े स्पाइक्स आते हैं. यस और नो? आई कांट हियर यू गाइस. यस और नो? यस, गुड. ठीक है. सो समहाउ आई हैव टू फिगर आउट अ स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर माई सेल्फ वेर आई डोंट get into the put side. I only get it on the call side. That's where I'll make money. So this is how the rocket flows and idea flows. And that was the introduction of Terminator strategy. Okay? Terminator, 3 से 3:30. Got the context? So I have a friend and this idea was propounded by my team member. Okay, guys, always remember that जो नए हैं उनका भी सुनो. यहाँ पे मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब भी ट्विटर एक दूसरे पे सब अपने को ज्ञान देते हैं. If मैं वही बोलता हूँ, लोग जब भी ज्ञान मतलब वो होता है, मतलब दे ट्रोल ईच अदर. आर यू अ गोल्ड डिगर और अ नोज डिगर? ओके, आर यू अ गोल्ड डिगर और अ नोज डिगर? वी आर अ गोल्ड डिगर. हम लोग कोई भी एकदम किसी का वो भी कर रहा है ना, कुछ फालतू सी चीज़ भी डाल रहे हैं ना, शायद उसमें भी कुछ फैक्ट्स है, बैक टेस्ट करो. आइडिया को पहले से ही खाली बोला है किसी ने कि भाई ये आदमी तो खराब है, ये आदमी तो बकवास है, उसका नहीं सुनना है. पहले आप फैक्ट्स को प्रूवन करो, देन डिस्कार्ड. बिकॉज दिस स्ट्रेटेजी एक्चुअली केम आउट फ्रॉम एन आइडिया विच कपिल स्टार्टेड आउट विथ, कपिल दामा के 320 स्ट्रेडल, बट देन वी एक्सपेंडेड इट 3 o'clock. Always remember that. Listen to people, backtest your ideas, get your understanding clear, and then do it. What is a Terminator strategy? Okay? It comes after 3 o'clock only. So what does it do? So what are the rules of that strategy? Same rule. Bank Nifty weekly options, every day, weekly expiry, but there is a caveat now. We are going to look selection time, okay? We are going to take a selection time of 3 p.m. We are going to select the strike at this greater than 75. Now, what is the difference between what we did earlier and now is we are going to square off our position from 9:30 to 3:30, 3 o'clock. And if it is a Thursday, usually your option premium will be less than 75 rupees. Obviously, so you're going to book that profit. And you're going to again find out in your option chain which are the options which are greater than 75. That is buck for your money. Why I'm saying buck for your money? Anybody wants to take a guess? What do I mean by buck for money? Your margin is released again to sell more. मैंने 9:30 को बेचा, 3 o'clock का कवर कर लिया, मेरा मार्जिन फ्री हो गया. यस और नो? 3 बजे मैंने वापस बिठाया, तो मेरा मार्जिन तो चेंज नहीं हुआ, पर मैंने मार्जिन का ऑप्टिमाइजेशन कैसे किया वो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. Then I'm going to find out again the strikes which are greater than 75. This is the caveat that nobody thought about it. If I want to put up a trending market, एक मेरे को एक trend market चाहिए था. Put option just went up. Somehow, if I have a way of not getting into the put that we just discussed, yes or no? There will be an option for me to get away from the put. मैंने क्या किया? 3 बजे का सिलेक्शन टाइमिंग लिया. 3 बजे का सिलेक्शन टाइमिंग लिया, वो प्राइस पे बेचा नहीं. मैंने क्या किया, उससे 10% नीचे बेचने के लिए रख दिया स्टॉप लॉस. इट इज नॉट अ स्टॉप लॉस टू exit, it is a stop loss to actually enter. Remember that. ट्रेंड अगर जस्ट लुक एट माई फिंगर, अगर यहां से यहां जाना है तो वो 10% यहां पे आएगा, यस और नो, 0 तक जाने के लिए, यस और नो, यस. लेकिन अगर 10 से वो 200 जाना है तो कभी भी बहुत कम जाएगा, बिकॉज देयर इज अ डायरेक्शन ओवर देयर. सो व्हाट वी डिड एक्चुअली, नॉट आई, मेरा फ्रेंड एंड वी वर्क इट टुगेदर. ऑलवेज remember that is give the due credit to the person who has built it. Okay, 10% बिलो अगर आपने उसको डाल दिया ऑप्शन के नीचे, जो भी प्राइस पे आपने 75 ट्रैक किया, एंड आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जांपल्स, उसके 10% नीचे आपने बेचने के लिए रखा, डिड नॉट ट्रेडेड इट, व्हाट विल हैपन? जस्ट फॉर एन एग्जांपल, एट 3 o'clock योर ऑप्शन प्रीमियम was trading at 77 rupees, greater than 75. Yes, at 3 o'clock exactly. You go to the option chain and we are going to show you with example as well. We'll put a short stop loss order at 69.3, which is 10% below the 77 rupees. Guys with me? Understood so far? नहीं है तो मैं वापस रिपीट करूंगा. हाँ, वो मैं बोलता था. ठीक है. P trading was trading at 76 rupees, almost at greater than 75 rupees. मैंने डायरेक्टली जाके 75 पे नहीं बेचा, मैंने क्या किया, 76 है ना, उसका 10% नीचे कितने पे बिकेगा, 68.4 पे. आई पुट अ स्टॉप लॉस कि अगर 68.4 के नीचे जाएगा तो ही मुझे बेचना है, अदरवाइज आई डोंट वांट टू सेल इट. ओके, एंड वेट टिल द EOD. एंड नाउ once any of this or both of this gets triggered, any of this or both of this gets triggered, I'm going to put a 50% stop loss above my selling price. That means if C got triggered at 69.3, which was 10% below 77, right? I'm going to put a stop loss at 103.95. That's almost 50% above entry price. So far so good. अगर P ट्रिगर हो गया 68.4 वाला, then I'm going to put a 50% stop loss just above my selling put option. I'm again repeating, yes. SLL. So Bank Nifty, you need to put 10 points, options, points. But usually you will get about 5 points पे fill मिल जाता है. ठीक है? So it depends on the volatility and the option premium and the day of the option you are trading. But on an average, it spans out between 3 to 4 points. Yeah, obviously. Law of large number will, I'll show you that also. Okay? Sure, sure.
Can you explain to me what is the short stop loss order?
Okay.
With an example, because are you taking a trade at 77 or you are not taking a trade and just put a stop loss at 69%?
Very good question. Anybody wants to take a guess on this? Anybody wants to answer this? I'm going to definitely answer. Santosh. Oh, okay, maybe you want to explain to sir.
We want to take the entry at 60. When market is at 75, I don't want to take short. I want to wait, let it come down to 69, then only I'm going to take the entry. That is the basic logic. What entry? Anything. We will say both are running at 75. Yeah. We will wait which one comes below 68. If both comes, we're going to take the entry in both. If only one comes, I'm going to take the entry in that.
So if C at 77 and it comes to 69.3,
we'll take the entry. Short. Short.
Short the call option. So you are not selling, you are just recording the price at 77 and taking 10% below it, and 69.3, this is where I'm going to sell it. Okay? Okay. So how do I select my strike prices? Okay? Now, what you do is you actually start from the descending order or ascending, okay, whatever. You start from the lowest, deep out of the money option, because option premium will be the lowest, right? At the deep out of the money. So 59, then you go to 65. Is it greater than 75? Answer is no. Then you get 72.65. Is it greater than 75? No. Okay, 80 is greater than 75. So my strike price becomes 35,000. Whatever the price, 80 rupees, 80 into 10% below is how much? 72. At 80, I'm not going to trade. I'm going to put a stop loss at 72. So once 72 gets triggered, then only I will initiate a trade. And once 72 is triggered, I'm going to put a 50% stop loss just above the strike price. Okay? So my strike price got selected. I'm just giving some example the way I've just taken the same example, but to prove a point. Similarly for the put, you go deep out of the put. You start from 59, you start for 65, you start from 72. Is it greater than 75? The answer is no. Once it becomes greater than 80, you select that put. So let's see what happened to the historical trades. This was the Bank Nifty when the market crashed. This is the price at 3 o'clock, 168 rupees. Because you said greater than 75, Vishal, 168 क्यों ले लिया? If you are asking this question, that means you are not trading Bank Nifty options. Okay? Because Bank Nifty strike difference itself is 100 rupees. The strike difference is greater than 100 points. So if you are talking about greater than 75, it may become 168 also on days when expiry is very near. What will I do? I'm going to put a stop loss at NT at 151, which is 10% below of 168. What happened to the prices? Triggers and goes to 0. But on the other hand, at 3 o'clock, we tracked the put option premium and it was trading at 120 rupees, 168 and 120. I put a stop loss 10% below 120. That becomes 108. It just came near it. It did not trigger because we have a backtested numbers also to prove that. It did not cut because the 3 p.m. candle is the big one after that. And the prices just rocketed it. What happened here? You actually got saved. You actually got saved trading the put option because you're just ready to sacrifice that 10% of your profit. You were ready to sacrifice that 10% of your profit. You were actually able to save 50% of your stop loss. I'm going to repeat one more time. You actually lost 10% of your profit. If it has going to become 0, you would have lost 10% of your profit. But you got actually saved by 50% of your loss. And that's what we want as a trader, directional moves. Okay? Let's take another example. Again, a market observation. 3 o'clock, big spike up. C options. What was the price? 129 at 3 p.m. What was the entry at? 10% below? Did it trigger? The answer is no. Okay? Put option. On the other hand, we had 153 rupees pay, 3 o'clock ko, price tag kiya, 153. What is the 10% below of that? Any mathematicians? 10% below 153 कितना होता है? 15. So 153 minus? So it's 137. That's your stop loss you already put at 3 o'clock by 3:05. You're already into the trade. Immediately you're going to put a 50% stop loss. Obviously I forgot to put a stop loss line. Otherwise you should put stop loss. Okay, 50% ऊपर stop loss trigger हो गया. That became 0. So you again saved on one side of the direction. So guys, when you observe, and that's, remember I told you, fundamentals, philosophy, market observation. And this is what we call as a market observation. I'll take one more example. Market crashed after 3 o'clock. What was the C option doing? 151 at 3 p.m., 10% below the 151. 135 got triggered, became 0. 128 at 3 p.m. did not come down to 115, which is 10% below, and just went up. Again, you are getting saved. See, guys, I'm actually telling you, and trust me on this. This doesn't work every time. Everything will work in the PPT. Everything will work in the PPT because the examples taken have already worked. In real life, I'm going to talk about psychology and how do we handle the psychology of it. But इतना simple भी नहीं है जितना आप सोच रहे हो. Okay, let's be very clear on that. But I'm trying to give you an examples of how your thought process should evolve. Don't think strategies. Think about your philosophy. Think about market observation. Think about risk management. Think about, entry and exit plans. That's what I'm intending to do here. Not give you a strategy. Not selling you anything. You already paid for Traders Carnival. Okay? So, everybody's interested. Vishal, इतना क्या है? इतना तो तूने दिखा दिया. पैसा कितना बनता है वो बताओ. Interested or not? If you're trading from 3 to 330 with the statistics that I've just told you, like, put a 10% below, that strategy makes 5,870 points. Vishal, shah, वहाँ पे 14,000 पॉइंट बना रहे थे, तू मेरे को 5,000 पॉइंट दिखा रहा है, क्या है? And that's the problem with all of us. I'll open up your eyes with some statistics that you will understand. But the strategy made 5,817 points in like 2017 onwards. It had a drawdown of 284 points only. And can you see the Kalmar is 3.60? Nothing fancy, okay? When Sachin Tendulkar comes out to the bat, and when Rahul Dravid comes out to the bat, सबसे ज़्यादा शोर कहाँ पे होता है? स्टेडियम पे. Sachin, right? Sachin. But if you remember, VVS Lakshman and Rahul Dravid were the pillar against Australia, right? In which Kolkata Eden Garden stood like a wall for 3 years to give us a historic win. Not everyone is Sachin Tendulkar and not everyone is Rahul Dravid. You have to have both in your team. You have to have a Virendra Sehwag also. You have to have a Rahul Dravid also. Sorry guys, I'm an old school right now. Can't give you recent examples. Okay? This strategy does not give you returns like the 930 strategies, which is carry forward till 328. But it comes at 3 o'clock and stops at 328. And it's a Rahul Dravid for us. And do you want to see what happens when you combine them? And this is where the magic starts happening. This is where the magic starts happening. If I start at 9:30 and close my position at 3 o'clock, and 3 o'clock I start the terminated strategy, what is my point that I've earned? What is the point, number of points I've earned? The points. Can you put it out right? 18,000. You remember our first strategy when 9:30 or 328 को हम लोग close कर रहे थे, क्या हो रहा था? 14,000 points. Rahul Dravid is coming to the play now. When everybody were thinking about selling at 9:30 and waiting till 328 till their stop loss is hit, in between, if Rahul Dravid or Sachin Tendulkar or Virendra Sehwag gets out, Rahul Dravid and Mohammad Kaif comes to the rescue. And they actually makes very valuable lessons for us, runs for us. Very valuable points for us, which is required. It made 18,000. And do you want to see the miracle even more? Magic? My drawdown on the entire strategy at that point of time was how many points? 600 odd points. What happened to my drawdown, max drawdown? 420. What was my Kalmar, car over MDD? Sure, go ahead. No, not Dhoni, Rahul Dravid. Acha, slog over, okay. Dhoni, okay, so I will try to change it. Done, Sarji. The Kalmar actually moved to 7.68. What was the Kalmar? Because why am I keep on emphasizing on Kalmar? Because as a strategy evaluator, हम लोग जब भी strategy decide करते हैं ना कौन सी strategy चलनी चाहिए, we based on the return upon maximum drawdown. Return सब देखते हैं लेकिन drawdown में सबकी फट जाती है. Lack of a better word. I'm trying to see मेरे returns, risk to reward ratio हम लोग जो बोल रहे हैं. And that's why the Kalmar is very important for you. And can you see the equity curve? Just a linear equity curve. And mind you, this is after slippages, no mis-selling of the strategy. So let's do a apple to apple comparison. एप्पल टू एप्पल कंपैरिजन, अगर मैं 930 को बेचता था और 328 को मैं कवर करता था विद द ऑप्शन प्रीमियम ग्रेटर देन 75, सोचना ही नहीं था, डाल दिया, बेच दिया, 50% का स्टॉप लॉस लगा दिया एंड वेट फॉर द 328. व्हाट वाज माय प्रॉफिट? 14,000 वर्सेस 9:30 को बेचा, 3 बजे बंद कर दिया, स्क्वायर ऑफ द पोजीशन, 3 बजे वापस मैंने डायरेक्शनल मूव डाल दिया उनके अंदर, 10% below the stop loss prices. What happened to my return? 18,000 points. What happened to my max drawdown? 619 points से 424 points. And from a Kalmar point of view, 4 Kalmar से I have jumped it to 7 and phenomenal. The system trader who are here can vouch for it. Even a 1 point change in a Kalmar, it's like a dream come true. Because we live and die by Kalmar. So, very interesting point that I wanted to ask about this. You know, when you develop a strategy, you have to have also understanding, okay, boss, bhai, Dhoni and Sachin Tendulkar, what is their trading styles? Are they same? अगर सचिन भी आके हिट मार रहा है और धोनी भी आके आउट मारने की ट्राई कर रहा है, आउट हो गया तो प्रॉब्लम है. We actually want them to have a different style. We want Sachin to hit and we want Dravid to defend. And that's what we call as a correlation. We call as correlation. And what is the beauty about the two strategies, that combined new strategy that I just talked about? 9:30 को बेचा, 3 o'clock को मैंने कवर कर लिया और 3 o'clock को टर्मिनेटर चलाया. The correlation is negative. The correlation is negative. It is not same. दोनों सेम तरीके से बैटिंग नहीं कर रहे. Both of them are not batting like same like वीरेंद्र सहवाग और सचिन. One is hitting, one is defense. They are negatively correlated. Lowly correlated, negatively correlated. And when this happens, by the way, it is not the base strategy I'm talking about. I'm talking about the new strategy. 9:30 को बेच के 3 o'clock को कवर किया और 3 को टर्मिनेटर चालू करके 3:30 तक चलाया with the stop losses that we just discussed. Both of them have a negative correlation, which is very good for a system trader. As a system trader, we live and want to die by negatively correlated strategy. क्योंकि हमारा drawdown control में आता है. हमारा जो max drawdown था 600 पॉइंट से 400 पॉइंट कैसे आया? max drawdown. क्योंकि दोनों में losses एक टाइम पे नहीं आ रहे थे, कभी इसमें आ रहा है, कभी इसमें आ रहा है. तो मेरा drawdown कम हो गया, मेरा कालमार बढ़ गया, मेरा return बढ़ा, मेरा drawdown कम हुआ. And this is what we have wanted to show you with an example. The days on which, can you see, morning is your 9:30 to 3 o'clock. If you see, there have been days where the morning strategy on the first side, left hand side, gave more money, whereas terminator was giving very less money. Do you want Rahul Dravid to come and hit for sixes? No, we want him to come and make the stance and be there for a while. When Sachin Tendulkar was hitting, Virendra Sehwag was hitting in the morning, in the afternoon session, the Rahul Dravid came and stood the pitch when they were out. But the dates that I have taken out, where Sachin Tendulkar and Virendra Sehwag were out early, जल्दी out हो गए थे, 106 पॉइंट तोड़ दिए उन्होंने, ठीक है. लेकिन टर्मिनेटर राहुल द्रविड़ और मोहम्मद कैफ आके गेम को बचाया, उसने 313 पॉइंट का प्रॉफिट कर दिया. एंड दैट्स व्हाट आई वाज रिफरिंग टू नेगेटिवली कोरिलेटेड स्ट्रेटेजी. एक बना रहा है तो एक कम बनाए या तोड़े थोड़ा, दूसरा बना रहा है तो पहला वाला थोड़ा तोड़े या थोड़ा कम रखे. इन दैट वे योर ड्रॉ डाउन विल कम इनटू द पिक्चर. एंड ड्रॉ डाउन इज नथिंग बट द बिगेस्ट फैक्टर इन द रिस्क मैनेजमेंट. Everyone with me? Okay? So this is how the terminator and the correlation works. So what are the advantage of doing this strategy यार? इतना सब तो 2 घंटे से सुन रहे, लेकिन एडवांटेज क्या है अभी तक नहीं पता चला. एडवांटेज इज इट गिव्स यू हायर रिटर्न्स विद द सेम मार्जिन. क्योंकि 1.5 लाख आपका एक ट्रायंगल बनाने में लगता है मोटा मोटी. 9:30 को बेचा, 3 o'clock को खत्म किया और 3 o'clock को वही मार्जिन डिप्लॉय कर दिया वापस. पर मेरा रिटर्न तो बढ़ा ना, तो माई रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट गोज अप. लोअर रिस्क ड्यू टू नेगेटिव कोरिलेशन. इसके ऊपर मैंने अभी भी बहुत बोला अभी कि नेगेटिव कोरिलेशन है दोनों के बीच में. दैट मीन्स माई ड्रॉडाउन इज गोइंग टू कम डाउन. एडवांटेज है तो डिसएडवांटेज भी है. एडवांटेजेस है तो डिसएडवांटेजेस भी है. पहला डिसएडवांटेजेस क्या है? रिस्क ऑफ ब्रोकर गोइंग डाउन और एनएससी गोइंग डाउन. 3 o'clock को बेचा, कितनी बार हुआ है सबके साथ? बेचा है और ब्रोकर का मैसेज आया कि इश्यू एट दी ब्रोकर्स एंड, एंड देन यू आर कैरी फॉरवर्ड इन टू योर नेक्स्ट डे. योर MIS order becomes your NRML order now, and you have a gap up, gap down. So how do I encounter that issue? If you really want to serious about this strategy, then what you can do is put a certain amount of money into some other broker. जिस दिन आपके ये ब्रोकर में प्रॉब्लम आया, जस्ट गो टू योर अदर ब्रोकर टर्मिनल, बाय दोज ऑप्शंस. हाँ, कॉस्ट बढ़ेगी, लेकिन इट विल सेव यू फ्रॉम अ ब्लैक स्वॉन इवेंट. हैव यू अंडरस्टूड व्हाट आई जस्ट सेड? कि मैंने जो बेचा था थोड़ा ही, क्योंकि मेरे को प्रीमियम बाय करना है, मेरे को बेचना नहीं है वापस. बाइंग ऑप्शन प्रीमियम विल नॉट इनकर लॉट ऑफ मनी. और वहाँ पे मैंने कोई और स्ट्रेटेजी अगर चला रही है तो और मेरे यहाँ ब्रोकर पे प्रॉब्लम हुआ, आई जस्ट गो इनटू माय अदर ब्रोकर टर्मिनल. एस्प्रेसो विल बी ऑन, आई एम श्योर एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम आई विल गो एंड बाय इन द एस्प्रेसो. सरकार में चले जाए. व्हाट इज द अदर डिसएडवांटेज? गामा एक्सपांशन. यूजुअली थर्सडे को मिलेगा ये, क्योंकि एक साइड का मूव आएगा, आपका स्टॉप लॉस स्किप भी हो सकता है. तो यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी अप ऑन योर गेम. एंड द एग्जीक्यूशन कॉस्ट, बिकॉज आपने पहले बेचा है और फिर 3 बजे 3:30 को भी बेच रहे हो, सो योर एग्जीक्यूशन कॉस्ट गोज अप. गाइस, इफ somebody is out there, okay, and if they are not interested in trading strategies, maybe, okay, nobody is there right now from the DJ team, but I think so this is the most important few slides that you are going to watch. Okay, I'm going to repeat again. And guys, if you are not paying attention, can you guys call someone who is outside? Okay. Guys, I'm very, very passionate about certain things in my life, and few of the things I'm going to present it right now because it has changed me as a trader. Okay, I was a, lack of a better word, miserable discretionary trader. By the way, I'm a CMT. I am supposed to know technical analysis in and out. I can predict the charts, but I cannot put a single trade. Okay, I can do with my algos, but these things, what I'm going to show you now, really changed me as a systematic trader and made me a profitable trader. Okay, law of large numbers. What I did was I attended a workshop by Madan Kumar, and it just completely changed me as a trader. What he showed me, and this is what I've done for our strategy. Can you see? This is the weekly performance of the strategy that we just discussed. Weekly performance, okay? And if you go to certain part of these weekly strategies, loss, 2018, second week loss 56 points. Third week, 38 points loss. Fourth week, 59 point loss. Fifth week, 1 point loss. Sixth week, 12 point loss. 90% of the trader will stop trading the system. विशाल उल्लू बनाया और निकल गया, हमको लॉस हो गया. Okay, 90% of the trader will stop trading the system. 2020, many reds, right or wrong? This is weekly numbers. What happens if I look at those same number on a monthly number? What happens? All of a sudden, the sea of red just disappears. The sea of red disappeared. It's only 1 month that I lost. Prior to that, अगर जो हमारा रिटेल ट्रेडर होते हैं ना, हम लोग यहीं पे जो पहली वाली जो रेड सर्कल है ना, और हमारे साथ ही होता है कि जैसे ही हम लोग ने चालू किया ना ट्रेडिंग करना, तभी लॉस चालू होता है. और शायद मदन जी का, आशु जी, कल भी वैसे ही होगा. जैसे ही हम लोग डालेंगे ना ट्रेड, तो पहला लॉस ही होगा. ओके, वंस वी पुट द ट्रेड, वी विल हैव अ लॉस, and after consecutive losses we will stop trading the system and we will blame the strategy developer, we will blame the world, we will blame the broker, we will blame everyone except us. Okay, because it is so easy game to blame everyone. Sorry, rightfully. Okay. But here you see, if you would have consistently played that system, you would have lost 1 month, and the other month, there were little less loss. You want to see the magic when it happens? When you move to quarter. And that's where we as a strategy developers look at our numbers. We don't look at weekly numbers. We don't look at daily, so forget it. We don't look at the weekly numbers. We don't look at monthly numbers also. We look at quarterly numbers, because that's where the system will go through a period of consolidation, period of trend, period of volatility, period of sideways market. क्योंकि एक quarter sufficient होता है to decide. All of a sudden, जब 2018 का आपका दिख रहा था ना negative, पूरा sea of red. Looks like, हाँ. जो sea of red आपको दिख रहा था, the 2018 quarter, yes or no? That quarter was actually not negative, that quarter was actually profitable. और फिर वही स्टेटमेंट आती है, शिट मैंने ये ट्रेड्स कर रहा था लेकिन फिर मैंने छोड़ दिया क्योंकि मेरे को 5 वीक का लॉस हुआ. मेरे को 5 वीक का लॉस हुआ था इसलिए मैंने स्ट्रेटेजी छोड़ दी. लेकिन व्हेन यू एक्चुअली इवैल्यूएट योर सिस्टम, इट हैज टू बी क्वार्टरली, नॉट इवन डेली. अगर आपके पास कोई डेली नंबर लेके आता है और आपको बोल रहा है कि भाई लॉस है या प्रॉफिट है, देन यू शुड लाफ एट इट, नथिंग मोर देन दैट. बिकॉज वी एज ए स्ट्रेटेजी डेवलपर ओनली लुक एट क्वार्टरली. क्वार्टर में पैसा बन रहा है कि नहीं बन रहा है, बात कर. ठीक है. एंड वी हैड ओनली वन लूजिंग क्वार्टर बाय द वे. एंड this is the yearly performance of the similar strategy. Again, guys, I'm repeating, I'm not trying to give you a strategy. I'm trying to give you a thought process of how the strategies are built. What you should do as a strategy builder. If you're thinking that, yeah, Vishal ne strategy bata di, kal se paisa banane lagega, no, you will not make money. Because you are going in the wrong direction. You need to be on the right direction. Thought process kya honi chahiye? System development ki. Think about quarterly and yearly. ओके. एंड ईयरली जो नंबर पे हम लोग को रेड दिख रहे थे ना 2018 2020, द सेम नंबर्स हैज पुट इट आउट ऑन दी ईयरली चार्ट फॉर यू. द प्रॉब्लम इज विथ अस. ओके. डिसिप्लिन. सॉरी, कम अगेन. The problem with this is basically we have not backtested our system. We have just borrowed someone's conviction. Can you trade on someone's conviction? Go through a 5 drawdown, 5 weeks of drawdown, automatically your conviction and respect will go down the drain. वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना. That's what I'm trying to say. Go through a drawdown for that respectful person for 5 weeks, your respect will go down the drain, and that's where I'm saying that you have to backtest your own strategies. Why? So? No, I'm here anyways. When I don't even bother because my systems are already running. Don't worry about it. And people whom I trade with, they know that. So I don't have to give a character certificate to anyone. Discipline is the most important thing. Discipline is the most important thing. And that's what I say. Markets are nothing but a systematic transfer of money from an indisciplined trader to a disciplined trader. Nothing more than that. Markets, वॉरेन बफेट के कोट से मैंने थोड़ा चेंज कर लिया. इन्वेस्टमेंट पे था, मैं ट्रेडर हूँ. Markets are nothing but a systematic transfer of money from an indisciplined trader to a disciplined trader. And that's the story of me. I'm not talking about you guys. I was completely indisciplined trader, never made money, lost money, made money, lost money, break even. The minute I became to algo or a systematic way of trading, I'm not saying algo is the future, no. Okay? Personality मैंने जो बताया था, you have to have your own personality. My personality, put it on a system, let it trade for you. Markets are nothing but a systematic transfer of money from an indisciplined trader to a disciplined trader, nothing more than that. To become consistently profitable, you need to be a consistent loser. ये statement समझ नहीं है मुझे. कैन एनीबडी हेल्प मी टू अंडरस्टैंड? मैंने तो स्लाइड में डाल दिया, कहीं पढ़ा था तो मैंने अच्छा लगा तो मैंने डाल दिया. व्हाट डू यू थिंक? So this is an example that I do all the time. Okay, guys? Can you all please? Okay, I'm requesting you. Ashuji, Piyush, I request. Okay, please breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Bhai, breathe in. No, breathe out, breathe out. Can you live? Kapil ji, breathe out, breathe out. Okay. Can you always breathe in? Can you always breathe in and live? Yes or no? No. You have to breathe out. You will have losses. You will have losses. If you are not ready to take losses, you are in the wrong business. Simple as that. If you are not ready to take losses, you are in the wrong business. And what do I mean by consistent loser? Larry Williams, legendary trader who won the World Trading Championship 3 times. He taught his daughter. She also won multiple trading championship. Used a quote. And remember this quote forever in your life because it has stuck with me. Every big loser in your trading portfolio, every big loser in your trading portfolio was once very small loss that you refused to take. वापिस बोलता हूँ, लैरी विलियम बोल रहा है, मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ जो 3 बार वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप जीता हुआ है. Every big loser in your trading portfolio was once very small loss that you could have taken, but you refused to take. Yes Bank, HDIL. Should I want to go on and on and on? If somebody is holding on to a Yes Bank was in your portfolio once a very small loss that you refused to take. Now it is your biggest losing trader. That's what I mean. To become a consistently profitable trader, you need to be a consistent loser. छोटे 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 losses लेते रहो, profit बन जाएगा. So I think so Danny used this PPT, so I will not dwell into it, but can you see this? बंदा जो चल रहा है ना ऊपर, okay? और ये मैंने पीयूष से लिया था, मैंने क्रेडिट भी डाला था, पीयूष कहीं चला गया, सॉरी. मेरी PPT में कहीं से मिस हो गया. But can you see this इक्विटी कर्व लाइन? वो जो नीचे ब्लड दिख रहा है ना, वो हमारे ड्रॉडाउन है. जो नीचे ब्लड दिख रहा है आपको, वो बंदा जो ऊपर जा रहा है ना, वो हमारे ड्रॉडाउन है. नवंबर 2020, December 2020 was a drawdown period for me, and everybody goes through a drawdown. And I remember how difficult it was for me to deal with drawdowns. Okay? And these are all the blood. जब भी हम लोग ने जैन और फेब में प्रॉफिटेबल हुए वापस, that time we realized, बॉस हमारी सिस्टम चल रही है, लॉ ऑफ लार्ज नंबर्स. बट वो जो खून 2 महीना जो गया है, रात की नींद गई है. मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ ना, यहाँ पे आके ज्ञान देना बहुत इजी होता है, जब भी खुद जाते हो तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है. बट इट्स अ ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस. यू कांट बिकम अ प्रॉफिटेबल ओवरनाइट. आई हैवंट हर्ड ऑफ अ सक्सेसफुल स्टोरी ओवरनाइट. एंड दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. हमेशा एक क्वेश्चन आता है मुझे कि विशाल, ये एक लॉट कब तक करते रहेंगे, बड़े ट्रेडर कभी बनेंगे? ओके? एंड दिस रिमाइंड्स मी ऑफ अ स्टोरी गिवन बाय मी, अ गुड फ्रेंड ऑफ माइन, किरुबा करण. दिस इज अ स्टोरी ऑफ अ गाय कॉल्ड माइलो. Okay, in Greek, ancient Greek, there was a bull lifting competition. There was a bull lifting competition. So everybody wanted to lift the full-fledged bull. ये माइलो बेचारा मेरे जैसा पतला दुबला, मतलब बुल तो दूर से हुआ. What did he do? उसने उठा के काफ को डाल दिया कंधे पे. And he roamed around the city. He roamed around the city every freaking day. एवरी डे उसकी मम्मी उसको खाना लेने भी भेजती रहेगी तो वो बछड़े को उठा के चलने लगा. एवरी डे ही वुड लिफ्ट द काफ एंड मूव अराउंड द सिटी. धीरे 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 वो काफ बड़ा होने लगा. ही बिकेम मिड साइज बुल. बट वो टाइम पे माइलो को कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ क्योंकि वो हर रोज उठा रहा था उसको. यस, वो हर रोज उसको उठा रहा था. तो उसके लिए तो जैसे जैसे काफ बड़ा होते जा रहा है, वैसे वैसे ये बंदा भी बड़ा होते जा रहा है. राइट? एंड जिस दिन वो एक फुल फ्लेजेड बुल हो गया. पूरी दुनिया डायरेक्टली फुल फ्लेजेड बुल को ही उठाने में पड़ी थी, पर ये बंदा बछड़े से स्टार्ट किया. He started with one lot. Remember our one lot trader, Anthony Saliba? Traded one lot for 1 year being a market wizard, featured in market wizard. Market wizard में ऐसे नहीं आपको एंट्री मिलती, आपका मल्टी ईयर का ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड देखा जाता है, बाद में आपको एंट्री मिलती है. He traded one lot for 1 year. He traded one lot. He was lifting the calf throughout that 1 year. He got comfortable. Once his comfort grew, his position size grew. Once his comfort grew, the position size grew. बहुत सारे लोग आज की तारीख में ट्रेडिंग में डायरेक्टली M2M स्क्रीनशॉट देख के इतने इंस्पायर होते हैं कि डिजास्टर कर लेते हैं. उसका मैं आंसर नहीं दूंगा, राइट? दैट्स व्हाई आई नेवर पुट आउट एनी स्क्रीनशॉट्स. Okay, and they think that I'm just a trainer, not a trader. Point is, you grow with one lot, consistently get comfortable with it, then you grow. Move to the second lot. And there are people here also in audience, when we wanted to start with 1 CR, we started with 25 lakhs, 50 lakhs. Got comfortable, move to 1 CR. Got comfortable, move to 5 CR. Guys, you need to get comfortable with things that you are doing. If you are not able to, जो law of large number की जो ज्ञान मैंने दी है ना, वो 2 मिनट में विंडो की बाहर चला जाएगा. If you are not comfortable with trading the lots and the size and the psychology, you will become indisciplined. And indisciplined बनोगे तो सब बाहर. So that's what I just wanted to talk about. Nothing can be achieved by one person. Remember guys, nothing can be achieved by one person. It is a team. And this is my core team in a way, which helps me to build strategies, ideate strategies. So that's me. One guy, Tanmay Agrawal, he is just a strategy guy. From the morning to the evening till the night, 2 o'clock, he just builds strategies, gets new ideas, code it, backtest it, optimize it, get the easy thing for us. And Kapil Agrawal is our head of execution. In fact, he's coming tomorrow also. The name Terminator Strategy and the idea of the Terminator Strategy came from him, not from me. Okay? So Kapil, the due credit to Kapil, where he actually came out with this idea कि 3 बजे broker बंद करने के लिए बोल रहे तो हम लोग 3 से 3:30 कुछ और करके पैसा बना सकते हैं क्या? And that's where it comes from. So we do put out a lot of blogs. There is a website that I run called as marketscanner.in. No faff, no gyan. We try to give you a lot of backtested numbers. We try to give you a lot of content related to the market. We run a Telegram channel, no paid Telegram channel. It's just education. If somebody is interested in the backtesting of their ideas, we have a team who is doing it for you. So you can go to Market Scanner and do a backtesting of your ideas. Because a lot of people directly jump into the system and realize that this system doesn't work. What if you have a helping hand to help you on that? And yeah, we also run a YouTube channel to impart the knowledge on the systematic way of trading. So yeah, that's our 2 hour, or more than 2 hours by the way. I hope I was able to impart whatever knowledge that I had in these 2 hours and try my level best. And again, I'm reinforcing a lot of things. I'm not talking about strategies. I'm trying to give you a thought process. I'm trying to give you a thought process of how you go about building a system. And I can give you tweets after tweets or messages after messages that I've helped a lot of traders. I've helped a lot of traders. That gives me a lot of satisfaction. Okay? Strategy leke karna hai, everything is open for you. You can run the backtest numbers also. But idea was to give you a hypothesis of how do you go about building systematic trading strategy. Sir, you had a question. Yeah. Maybe you want to come. Okay, so this is our information. Sorry for your...
I'll take it on.
Sure. So we can take it. I'll give you the slides.
Okay, no problem. I'll take it. Yeah. So my doubt is this. The Terminator strategy, you have already gave a lot of data for the days. But I have a serious issue for the expiry date.
Sure.
Now, I trade on this hero and zero trades very often.
Hero and zero trades, okay.
Yes, almost every Thursday. I don't think that this 10 points percent, I'm only talking about this 3 to 3:30 on a Thursday.
Sure.
All the other things, they don't have any issue. It's very convincing, supporting. From my experience, I don't think, so I want to ask you, basically my question is, have you tested this separately on a Thursday, 3 to 3:30? And if so, what are the statistics?
So we have the numbers, we can backtest it. I have not put it on the slide for you. But my guess is, in fact, it is much more successful on Wednesdays and Thursdays. We have the numbers, and I'll give it to you. In fact, Wednesdays and Thursdays where it gives the maximum amount of money. And if you are not convinced, yes, I'm not here, but I can give you the numbers for the Thursdays. Right. I'll give you the numbers. I'm here. I will give you Thursday numbers. Yes. What else? Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, Mr. Mehta ji, hats off to you for your fantastic lecture. Fundamentals of stock market, fundamentals of trading, fundamentals of strategy. Wonderfully you have explained. I just wanted a small suggestion from you.
Sure.
Indian Railways was financially independent from 1925 up to a few years back when the rail budget was merged with the general budget. So, private equity is very difficult to come in railways. Railways tried around privatizing 200 trains in 150 routes. 20 MNCs, European MNCs came forward in the first stage, but in the final stage, zero. They're not willing to come. So I foresee in the next few months, great volume and great activity in Indian rail stocks.
Sure.
So I want to have this in one particular platform,
Sure.
neither BSE nor NSE, but in an exclusive third different platform. So what would be your suggestion about this?
Sir, I'm the completely wrong person to ask this question because I don't know. Because I even don't know what I'm going to trade Nifty and Bank Nifty like 5 minutes after that because it's my computer or my algo is going to do the trading. I appreciate your question, but unfortunately, I'm the wrong person to answer this question. Sorry, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so if there are no more questions, okay, Bhavya. You can play with 30%, 50%, 75%, all are profitable. So 50% is just a number. Somewhere you have to draw the line, right? Either I want to do 30%, or 50% or 75%. Somewhere you have to define that I want to put number. So we started with those numbers and put those numbers as 50%. Yeah. No, we haven't tested because Bank Nifty weekly option just came from 2019. It's just 2 or 3 years of data. I'm talking about, so he's asking about Nifty. And I'm saying, no, we have tested on Bank Nifty. Sorry, my bad. Sorry. Thank you. So we want more data. And volatility and the direction in Bank Nifty is much more than Nifty. That's it? Yeah, 2 more questions. Maybe if you want to use it, the audience they will be benefiting from it.
So I've also, like I think you've mentioned it, I also ran this, not the exact whole strategy,
On the stock
but a
market.
similar back test, online. And, it showed a return of about around 55 to 60% annually on the platforms. And based on this also, I think it comes around the same number, at least with the base calculation.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to understand, was that the actual after brokerage slippage which you've
Yes.
got those are the returns which you've
Those
got?
are the returns. So we have actually, we were the first one when, you can ask Nitish Narang. In fact, we were using 4% slippages at brokerage, which was way too high, but in our practical experience, we were able to close the trade around 2%. The buying leg and selling leg makes it 2%. So we were able to achieve that. Yeah. What else? No more questions? Then I stop. Thanks for patience hearing and thanks audience for viewing for 2.5 hours. So thank you.